Three news stories for you. Firstly, viewers, Ethiopian PM has contacted more world leaders, including African leaders, today. Yesterday, he contacted leaders of Djibouti, South Sudan, Kenya, Somalia, Eritrea, Uganda. Today, he contacted more African and world leaders. We'll have a look at that. Secondly, Tigrayans and Oromos have held a rally in Melbourne, Australia. Ethiopian diaspora has been very active in the past few days, past few months, we should say, because we have seen large rallies under the banner of No More, backed by Ethiopian government. Tigrayans and Oromos are also trying to conduct rallies. We have some video clips from this rally which happened in Melbourne, Australia today. And lastly, in the previous video, I shared some statements with you, statements from UN officials who accused both Tigray fighters and locals of looting aid in Kambolcha city. In response to these allegations, Ethiopian envoy to the UN has issued a statement. He is criticizing UN officials. We'll have a look at the statement of Ethiopian envoy at the UN. Firstly, viewers, today Ethiopian PM Abiy Ahmed contacted more world leaders. I told you yesterday that he called the leaders of Djibouti, Eritrea, South Sudan, Somalia, Kenya, Uganda. Today he contacted Antonio Guterres, UN Secretary General, and Moussa Faki, African Union High Representative. And secondly, he contacted three African leaders. He talked to Macky Sall, Senegal's president, who attended PM Abiy's government's inauguration ceremony as well, held at the start of October in Addis Ababa. Secondly, he held telephonic conversation with Cyril Ramaphosa, South African president. And lastly, he made a call to Congo's president. So he is reaching out to talk to African leaders and world leaders. The statement which has been issued says that bilateral regional issues were discussed and very productive phone conversations were held. Antonio Guterres has also issued a statement. He says that the way forward was discussed in the telephonic conversation with PM Abiy of Ethiopia. So we can say that these conversations are linked to Tigray conflict, because now Ethiopian PM is contacting world leaders. He is telling them he's in control, that now the leaders should know that Ethiopian government is in command, it's in control. The PLF has been pushed back into Tigray, and now the leaders, world leaders, African leaders should support Ethiopian government. Let's see how things unfold in coming days, because we know that Jeffrey Feltman is due to arrive, due to visit some Middle Eastern countries from tomorrow. So several things are going to happen. So dramatic developments will take place in coming days. We'll try to update you about that. Secondly, Tigrayans and Oromos, they have held a large rally, a joint rally in Melbourne, Australia. I have been informing you in previous videos about Ethiopian government-backed rallies in the US and UK under the banner of No More. Now, Tigrayans and Oromos, they are also conducting counter rallies, and in Melbourne, a large rally was conducted today. Of course, Ethiopian government, Ethiopian PM was criticized by the participants who accused the government of committing genocide of Tigrayans, Oromos, Agaos, Kemants, Gomas, and Barta. Some video clips from this rally, then next news story.
Australia and many other Australians of Ethiopian origin have come together to hold this joint grand rally here in Melbourne. Our members from all walks of life came out in droves, as you can see. Came out in droves in order to try and draw global attention to the suffering of our compatriots currently victimized by the genocidal wars waged by Abiy Ahmed's regime in Ethiopia. In this rally, we sought to raise our voices in order to draw the attention of Australians and the wider world to the ongoing genocidal war conducted against the peoples of Tigray, Oromia, Amant, Agau, Berta, Gumuz, Wolaita, Sidama, Gambela, Hadia, Konso, Ambaro, and others in Ethiopia.
Lastly, viewers, in the previous video, I shared with you some statements of UN officials who said that aid warehouses in Kambolcha were looted by both TPLF members and by locals. Ethiopian envoy to the UN has responded to these statements from UN officials. Tigray Selassie, who is Ethiopian envoy to the UN, he is criticizing the UN. He says that the aid was looted only by TPLF members and victims are being incriminated by UN officials. Well, since I broke the news of the lootings in Kambolcha, before the withdrawal of TDF, I told you about the lootings which were going on in Kambolcha. I can confirm that it's not that just TDF fighters looted warehouses. Locals also looted warehouses. Why? Because they were in need of aid. They were hungry, so they wanted aid, and security situation was not very satisfactory, very suitable for delivery of aid, for distribution of aid. So all operations were suspended by UN officials who were not in Kambolcha. That is why locals stormed warehouses. Yes, TDF fighters stole aid too, but you cannot say that no locals stormed warehouses. No, they did, viewers. Both locals and TDF fighters, they looted as much aid as they could. Once again, Ethiopian government is trying to put pressure upon UN officials. Since I broke this news about lootings in Kambolcha, so I can say for sure that both locals and TDF fighters looted aid warehouses. Locals were hungry, they needed food. TDF fighters wanted to take this aid to Tigray. So both were involved in attacks on aid warehouses. And Ethiopian government should not just accuse TDF fighters for whatever happened in Amhara region. We will not cover any wrongs committed by TDF fighters in Amhara region. Having said that, it's not that whatever has happened in Amhara region it should be put on TDF and TDF should be blamed for that. No, facts are facts, viewers. Both TDF fighters and locals looted aid warehouses in Kambolcha. Thank you for watching.